The man sits in his shed, expressionless and eyes dimmed. The guards have been searching for his son for a week now, and he knows they won't be searching for much longer. He was only 16 when he disappeared. He'd accept it. Guilty as he felt for giving up, he knew his son was gone. He'd never get to be the adventurer he dreamed of since he was only 6 years old. Never get to find love, the man sobbed. A knock at the door caused him to stir. News, maybe? He opened the door and sees two guardsmen. The guard nearest to the door speaks a low, rough, and solemn voice. "Mr. Trill, we have news about your son. Please come this way." He followed, eyes red, already knowing what he was about to see. A few steps out and they're at the guard's trailer, being hauled by two large horses. And there it was, a box 6 feet long and deep brown, a loosely made wooden box being held shut and encircled by two ropes. "We found him in the forest, Mr. Trill. There weren't any visible injuries, and we couldn't discern what happened. We are sorry for your loss, Mr. Trill." The man nods at them slowly. They all lift the casket and bring it aside. The guardsmen say their goodbyes and leave the man to grieve alone. Frozen, he sits, guilt, shame, and fear leave him paralyzed. He promised his wife he'd keep him safe. He swore to her no harm would fall between their beloved child. He needed to see the boy with his own eyes. Slowly, he untied the rope that held the lid of the casket shut and slid it over. Light shone through the hole of the casket, revealing the corpse of his beloved son. The body was fully clothed in the clothes that his son had left the week before, and the skin appeared to be completely unharmed. What fate could have befallen between him and his beloved son? He sobbed and pressed the forehead against his body. It was cold. The man opened his eyes and flung backwards in fear and surprise. The boy's eyes had opened. Cold, lifeless eyes, but something was off. They were blue. The man stared at the cold, light blue eyes. They almost appeared to be glowing. But his son, he had brown eyes. He shivered at the sight and continued to shiver. It was freezing all of a sudden. Uncertainty and unease struck the grieving man. Something wasn't right. His eyes were locked onto his son's eyes. He couldn't remove his gaze, and suddenly the body was looking right back at him. A cold chill shot up the man's spine as he gasped. "Son, are you alive?" he stuttered, as his teeth shattered. No answer, just a bone-chilling stare. There was something horrible between those eyes, something ancient. Speechless, cold, and suddenly gone. The man's body lay limp in his chair, and the boy smiles. The end. The Creature from the Woods. Wednesday, 1:28 p.m., December 5th, 2003. Every winter, me and my wife go to a cabin that we rent for a week before Christmas, so we can spend some time together and hand each other presents before we go to our families for the holidays. Her folks are in Wisconsin, while mine are in Oregon. Every time we came here, it was normal. This year, something happened. On the first day when we arrived, we found some three-toed footprints in the snow. They weren't of any animal that I knew of, and my wife, who spent her life outdoors, didn't know what that was either. The night after that, when we were in bed, we started hearing hooting, which was strange since there weren't any signs of animal life since we got here. Today, when I went for a little walk, I found a deer carcass. It was ripped open. The sight of it made me sick, and the smell made it worse. Next to the animal were the same three-toed footprints. I ran back to the cabin just as my wife was getting back from the store. She asked me what was wrong, and I said nothing. I didn't want to scare her, and besides, it was far away from where we were, so I figured it wouldn't matter anyway. I'll keep you updated if this happens more. Thursday, 5:49 p.m., December 13th, 2003. We saw it. Amanda and I went to the back porch where there was a little pit where we could start a fire. We were heating up some sausages for hot dogs, and I was a little on edge after the whole deer incident, but I shrugged it off. It was a bit cloudy, but still bright out. We had finished eating and started to clean up when we heard some hooting from the woods across from us. That's where we saw it. The creature was around 7 feet tall, dark blue, with black stripes on its back and on its head. There were two red crests. Immediately grabbed Amanda and ran back inside. I started blocking the door with whatever I could find. After that, we just sat in silence. She asked me shakily what that thing was, and I couldn't think of anything, so I just told her about a dead deer I found. She was pissed at me for not telling her, and I went down to the closet and grabbed her rifle. We're upstairs now. She is aiming at the window while coming upstairs with my bat ready to swing if anything happens. I thought I was alone in those woods, but something wasn't right. It started when I walked into this thick dust fog, holding just a flashlight. There was no sound, no birds, no animals, just trees standing like they were watching. Then the flashlight flickered. That's when I felt it. The forest was like aware. Up ahead, I saw something, someone, exactly like me. Same pose, same flashlight raised. I stopped. It stopped. I moved. It mirrored every motion like I was staring into a foggy living mirror. But the thing is, it wasn't a mirror. Because when I lifted my hand slowly, it copied. When I lowered my lantern, it copied. But the part I can't get out of my head, it moved before I did, tilted its head first like it had been pretending, waiting to show me it wasn't copying. It was watching, waiting.